Hey, thanks for taking the time to, well, you haven't got any choice actually. I'm just talking at you if you like. But I'm here also to present to you why I think it's not a bad idea and not that expensive as well if you become a member. And this is how you can do it, and this is what you can gain. So if we look here at the Talking Tennis sort of home page, if you like, on YouTube, we can see this little button here which says join. It is also pinned in the live chat as well, and you can also, I think, see it just below most of our videos, certainly the live ones and so on. Now, why is it a good idea to join and become a member? Well, in the live chat, you can add little funny things, you can add emojis and all sorts of things, but possibly more importantly, you can get to access some live videos, such as this one here, where we look back on the last sort of few moments from the Billie Jean King Cup. So there are little bonuses, such as this one, but there are many, many more. And in fact, if we have a quick look at all of the members only stuff, I repeat, you will see very, very quickly some of the top stuff that we've had for members only over the last 12 months since the channel began. Remember, these videos are for members only. You can become a member from as little as about $2 a month, €2 a month, £2 a month, something like that. There are various different things. Oh, and by the way, you'll also be supporting the channel. So it's a win, 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 win scenario. Let me just show you some of the members only stuff. For example, we've got an exclusive little clip there talking to Laura Siegmund, Laura Tsurenko, her encore interview, some doubles footage there from Monastir, the Germany press conference pre-tournament Billie Jean King Cup, Claire Burrell talking as well to the media in her press conference in Monastir, Storm Hunter and Alicia Parks interview, Rebecca Masarova, her press conference, Coco Gauff exclusive for members only, albeit it was in Madrid. But these are just some of the things, some of the interviews and etc. Like Lestien here, a chat with him, Emma Navarro, and so on and so forth. So many little bonus videos available for just €2 a month. So what are you waiting for? Become a member. Or don't. It's okay. Hey, thanks for taking the time to, well, you haven't got any choice actually. I'm just talking at you if you like. But I'm here also to present to you why I think it's not a bad idea and not that expensive as well if you become a member. And this is how you can do it, and this is what you can gain. So if we look here at the Talking Tennis sort of home page, if you like, on YouTube, we can see this little button here which says join. It is also pinned in the live chat as well, and you can also, I think, see it just below most of our videos, certainly the live ones and so on. Now, why is it a good idea to join and become a member? Well, in the live chat, you can add little funny things, you can add emojis and all sorts of things, but possibly more importantly, you can get to access some live videos, such as this one here, where we look back on the last sort of few moments from the Billie Jean King Cup. So there are little bonuses, such as this one, but there are many, many more. And in fact, if we have a quick look at all of the members only stuff, I repeat, you will see very, very quickly some of the top stuff that we've had for members only over the last 12 months since the channel began. Remember, these videos are for members only. You can become a member from as little as about $2 a month, €2 a month, £2 a month, something like that. There are various different things. Oh, and by the way, you'll also be supporting the channel. So it's a win, 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 win scenario. Let me just show you some of the members only stuff. For example, we've got an exclusive little clip there talking to Laura Siegmund, Laura Tsurenko, her encore interview, some doubles footage there from Monastir, the Germany press conference pre-tournament Billie Jean King Cup, Claire Burrell talking as well to the media in her press conference in Monastir, Storm Hunter and Alicia Parks interview, Rebecca Masarova, her press conference, Coco Gauff exclusive for members only, albeit it was in Madrid. But these are just some of the things, some of the interviews and etc. Like Lestien here, a chat with him, Emma Navarro, and so on and so forth. So many little bonus videos available for just €2 a month. So what are you waiting for? Become a member. Or don't. It's okay.
Ready? Play.
Sets us up pretty nicely actually, because they had 3 very good matches last year, Pegula and Noskova, including one here last year in Bad Homburg in the semifinals, where Noskova actually led by a set in 5-3. So yeah, I mean, Pegula might not have won Bad Homburg if it wasn't, you know, for that escape. But and then I believe they played in Beijing, and that time Noskova kind of turned it around and saved a couple of match points and beat Pegula in a 3rd set tiebreak. So yeah, she actually leads the head-to-head 2-1. But you know, Jess on paper still the favorite, but I would say it's going to be a pretty tight match. Like, it's going to come down to quite a few like close sets, I would say, like, you know, close sets, games, potentially a tiebreak.
They played a, I have their head-to-head pulled up here, but they played a tiebreak in every single one of their matches.
Yep.
So it,
I would be
wouldn't be
surprised if
surprising
we
at
saw
all.
that again.
Yeah, and 2 of them went to 3 sets. So yeah, both of them have been playing very, very well this week. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a 3-setter tomorrow.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. I think, you know, Pegula coming off a very big win against Sabalenka, that can go one of 2 ways, right? That can be like, okay, I just beat Sabalenka, I can beat anyone, or you could have that post-upset lull, I guess. But I feel like with Pegula, you don't get a lot of like emotional ups and downs. She's very consistent. So yeah, I think she's the favorite on paper for sure.
For sure, yeah. She's so even-keeled, and because she won that 3rd set, you know, pretty comfortably those last 4 games especially. I think she'll go in with quite a lot of confidence. And also knowing that she's won here before 2 years ago.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not terribly worried about her emotional state after that win. It doesn't sound like either of you are either. Yeah, Noskova, great week for her into the final, trying to take the title here. And yeah, tons of people engaging in the chat throughout the day. So thank you for that. We love reading your comments, flashing them up on screen very quickly. So
yeah,
I
do
don't
want to
think
make predictions for the final.
Prediction for the finals. We should do that.
I think Pegula in 3.
I'll also say Pegula in 3.
Oh, I had the same. So I guess we're all.
Oh, we're so boring.
Yeah, I know. I think she'll be a slight favorite for me, but I expect a pretty close match.
Yeah. No result would surprise me, really. Like,
yeah.
Noskova could win in 2 or 3. Pegula could win in 2 or 3. Like, I think we're going to see some pretty tight tennis between the 2 of them. They feel like on grass, it feels like their levels are very similar to each other.
For sure, yeah. It would be big for Noskova, I think, to get another 500 on board, and I think she has 1 title already, but that was a year and a half ago. So it's been or almost 2 years ago now in Monterey. So she's been in a few finals before. most recently in Beijing, where she made the final and then lost to Anisimova in 3. So yeah, for her season, and also she'll be playing for the top 10, I guess. So that would be big
Yeah.
for her. She can beat Jess again, but yeah, regardless, it sets us up pretty nicely. I think both these players should do pretty well at Wimbledon. Obviously, we said that about Pegula in the past, and in 2023 as well. She came awfully close, and she's one of the best players, if not the best player right now, to not have won a slam. So for her to make a deep run at Wimbledon would be pretty big, especially as the older she gets. Time is running out, but she's playing fantastic tennis this year overall. So
yeah, it's been absolutely really a fantastic season for her. Not too much to say about it that has gone wrong for her. So yeah, I think it'll be an interesting match tomorrow. You're in the Berlin final, and I don't know, maybe John knows. I don't know if we're doing a watch along for that or not. I'm sure we'll try to get something together for at least one of the finals tomorrow, which are quite early in the morning for us Americans. So
yeah, 3 a.m. is brutal. I will say
Yeah.
3
3
a.m. is
a.m.?
something I'm getting up. No way.
Wait, why is
Yeah,
it that
it,
early? Oh my god.
Yeah, it might be a slightly different cast of characters calling matches tomorrow than the handful of us that have been on, and Zach as well earlier. So go ahead and like and subscribe though. And I don't think we need to cover anything else here in the stream, but yeah, it's been awesome being on stream with you guys. Been a lot of fun watching this match.
For sure, yeah. I could only really join towards the middle part of the second set, but still had a lot of fun with you too. So
yeah, no, it was fun to have you on for a little bit here at the end.
If you enjoyed this,
Ready? Play. Play. Ready. Play.
Sets us up pretty nicely actually because they had three very good matches last year, Pegula and Noskova, including one here last year in Bad Homburg in the semifinals where Noskova actually led by a set in 5-3. So yeah, I mean Pegula might not have won Bad Homburg if it wasn't for that escape, but and then I believe they played in Beijing, and that time Noskova kind of turned it around and saved a couple of match points and beat Pegula in a third set tiebreak. So yeah, she actually leads the head-to-head 2-1, but Jess on paper still the favorite, but I would say it's going to be a pretty tight match. Like it's going to come down to quite a few close sets. I would say close sets games, potentially a tiebreak.
They played a. I have their head-to-head pulled up here, but they played a tiebreak in every single one of their matches.
Yep.
So it
Wouldn't be
wouldn't be
surprised
surprising
if we
at
saw
all.
that again.
Yeah, and two of them went to 3 sets. So yeah, both of them have been playing very, very well this week. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a 3-setter tomorrow.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. I think Pegula coming off a very big win against Sabalenka, that can go one of two ways, right? That can be like, okay, I just beat Sabalenka, I can beat anyone, or you could have that post upset lull, I guess. But I feel like with Pegula, you don't get a lot of emotional ups and downs. She's very consistent. So yeah, I think she's the favorite on paper for sure.
For sure, yeah. She's so even keeled, and because she won that third set, pretty comfortably those last 4 games, especially. I think she'll go in with quite a lot of confidence, and also knowing that she's won here before 2 years ago.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not terribly worried about her emotional state after that win. It doesn't sound like either of you are either. Yeah, Noskova, great week for her into the final, trying to take the title here. And yeah, tons of people engaging in the chat throughout the day. So thank you for that. We love reading your comments, flashing them up on screen very quickly. So
yeah,
I
do you
don't
want to
think
make predictions for the final?
Ooh, prediction for the finals. We should do that.
I think Pegula in 3.
I'll also say Pegula in 3.
Oh, I had the same. So I guess we're all.
Oh, we're so boring.
Yeah, I know. I think she'll be a slight favorite for me, but I expect a pretty close match.
Yeah. No result would surprise me, really.
Yeah.
Noskova could win in 2 or 3. Pegula could win in 2 or 3. I think we're going to see some pretty tight tennis between the two of them. They feel like on grass, it feels like their levels are very similar to each other.
For sure, yeah. It would be big for Noskova, I think, to get another 500 on board, and I think she has 1 title already, but that was a year and a half ago. So it's been or almost 2 years ago now in Monterey. So she's been in a few finals before. Most recently in Beijing, where she made the final and then lost to Anisimova in 3. So yeah, for her season, and also she'll be playing for the top 10, I guess. So that would be big
Yeah.
for her. She can beat Jess again. But yeah, regardless, it sets us up pretty nicely. I think both these players should do pretty well at Wimbledon. Obviously, we said that about Pegula in the past, and in 2023 as well. She came awfully close, and she's one of the best players, if not the best player right now, to not have won a slam. So for her to make a deep run at Wimbledon would be pretty big, especially as the older she gets. Time is running out, but she's playing fantastic tennis this year overall. So
Yeah, it's been an absolutely, really a fantastic season for her. Not too much to say about it that has gone wrong for her. So yeah, I think it'll be an interesting match tomorrow here in the Berlin final. And I don't know, maybe John knows. I don't know if we're doing a watch along for that or not. I'm sure we'll try to get something together for at least one of the finals tomorrow, which are quite early in the morning for us Americans. So
yeah, 3 a.m. is brutal. I will say
Yeah.
3 a.m. I don't
3
think I'm getting up. No way.
Wait, why is
Yeah,
it that
it,
early? Oh my god.
Yeah, it might be a
Perfect.
slightly different cast of characters calling matches tomorrow than the handful of us that have been on, and Zach as well earlier. So go ahead and like and subscribe though. And I don't think we need to cover anything else here in the stream, but yeah, it's been awesome being on stream with you guys. Been a lot of fun watching this match.
For sure, yeah. I could only really join towards the middle part of the second set, but still had a lot of fun with you too. So
yeah, it was fun to have you on for a little bit here at the end.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.
My name is Clara Towson, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
I am Francisca George, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Susan Leemans, and I'm a friend of the show.
My name is Zainab Sammaz, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hey guys, my name is Sasha Vickery, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Hi, my name is Lloyd Harris, and I'm a friend of the show.
Perfect.
Hi, my name is Jaime Faria, and I'm a friend of the show.
Boom.
Yes.
Take one. Well done.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Paulini, and I'm a friend of the show.
Wow, Jasmine, you got it in one time.
Ready? Play.
Hello there. Apologies for the delay. First of all, in terms of my camera, then being on mute, but also in terms of this final, which is, of course, 5.5 hours delayed. It's been a chaotic weekend in Berlin, but play is about to get underway. I will share as well, of course, the score on the screen. We have Linda Noskova, the number 8 seed, serving first against the number 3 seed, Jessica Pegula. I agree with the guys in their predictions and their previews in that I do make Pegula the slight favorite. But as Carsten said, almost no scoreline would surprise me, or at least in terms of, I don't expect a beat down from either player, but a straight sets win for either player would not surprise me. I've actually had some thoughts on Noskova that I've shared before in Wimbledon, saying that she might be a dark horse. Well, after this run to the Berlin final, perhaps dark horse is not the right word, because I don't think she's exactly going to be flying under the radar now that she's made the final here in Berlin. Although she has got a black outfit that, of course, she won't be wearing at SW19 on the forehand here of Pegula into the forehand of Noskova. Backhand Pegula, forehand Pegula is also going to go to the net, so 30 love. Thanks for joining us, by the way, and if you haven't already done so, hit that like button. And of course, if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Let me know as well where in the world you are tuning in from. We appreciate all of you. Wonderful to have you on board. I've got Francisco Cerundolo as well, serving for the title in Queens against Tommy Paul. That is happening right now. Francis Tiafoe, of course, winning the Halle title. Ace down the tee here for Noskova for 40 love, so 3 game points for her. She does lead the head-to-head 2-1, and she's also, Noskova, the number 2 ranked player for aces on the tour this year. I'm guessing number 1 is Elena Rybakina. Pegula there trying to do a redrop, which I saw very effectively working for her yesterday against Sabalenka, but less so on that occasion because she puts the redrop into the net. So Noskova holds to love, 4 points played, and 4 points have gone the way of the Czech. A championship point for Francisco Cerundolo on the Andy Murray Arena in London at the Queen's Club. Noskova's played 6 finals and won just 1. Pegula has played 22 finals and won 11. So she has a 50-50 ratio, whereas Noskova has, I think, if I'm doing my maths right, 17.3%. Oh, Tommy Paul has saved a championship point. Backhand return from Noskova into the forehand of Pegula. There's a net cord that's going to benefit Jessica. Volley here from Noskova. And we've now played 5 points. And they have all gone the way of the Czech. Although now Pegula wins her first point with an unreturned serve. So 15 all. Okay, we're into the rally here on the backhands. And a Pegula backhand is going to go long, 15-30. Do we like this setup a bit more? Nah. First serve is missed. Another championship point for Francisco Cerundolo. Forehand return is wonderful from Noskova. Wow. 15-40. 2 break points already for Linda. Okay, slice here from Noskova. Slice from Pegula up the line. It's not a bad slice either, but it's a decent forehand riposte from Noskova. Now she's going to be at the net. Is she going to put the volley away? Yes, she is. Noskova gets the break, leads 2-love already. And Francisco Cerundolo, breaking news, has won the Queen's title. So congratulations to the Argentinian, who I believe is not going to be playing again now until Wimbledon. So he'll head off to Wimbledon in fine fettle. Okay, second serve here. We've played 4, 8, 9 points, and Noskova's won 8 of them. So risky second serve from Linda, but the return has gone long from Pegula, so it is 15 love. So now it's 9 from 10 points. The first 10 points of the match, 9 have gone the way of Linda Noskova. And it might be set defining, it might be match defining, it might be championship defining. We'll see. Double fault for Linda Noskova. So 15 all. It's a stretch, Ghosty. It's a stretch. Good morning, Ghosty. Another double fault. So no, it's not accurate. What is the case is that if you cover your mouth, I think after a contentious incident, which I know sounds subjective, but I think it is actually pretty easy to work out. I think what it is it's to, I mean, I can see your skepticism, but I think it's to basically stop people saying racist things to each other and then doing, but by doing it like this, you know, like, hey, you whatever, you know. I'm not gonna say anything like I was gonna say something with the word British in it to make it funny, but nah, it's still not properly funny. But you get, hopefully you get what I mean. But only those circumstances. If it's like the beginning of the match and you just want to talk to your mate or your teammate or even an opponent, I think it's okay. No, I think it's well, it is the refs or the officials, but I think VAR check it. We're gonna have a break point here for Jessica Pegula. I think it's just so I can't, you know, go abusing people. I think it's in those circumstances, which is what happened yesterday. But there's dozens of other examples where it's okay, I think, if I understand the rule correctly. I mean, pre-match, for example, half-time, coach's instructions, unreturned serve. So we're at deuce now. Don't know if we're going to have no more rain delays or where we're at on that one. Okay, another break point here for Jessica Pegula. And it's another one saved by Noskova. Remember, Noskova won 9 of the first 10 points of this match. It's not been such free-flowing tennis from her since then, but including, I think, at least 1 double fault in this game, maybe 2. Okay, backhand return into the backhand of Noskova, which goes into the net, and we're at 30 all. Sorry, we're at deuce. What am I talking about? We're not going back in time. Not yet, anyway. Good title for Tiafoe to win today. Unreturned serve. So, game point once again for Linda Noskova. Oh, what a return from Pegula. Deuce. Okay. Decent serve down the tee there from Noskova. Drop shot from her, but Pegula's going to get there. But there's going to be an open court for Linda, but she's not going to... She is going to win the point outright. Game point. Linda Noskova to get to 3-love. Feels like a big game, this. Where are you watching in the world, Youssef? Yeah, I like Fran too. Yeah, Ghosty, they're giving some sound advice. Is that advice or responses? Something like that. Good to say we've got a healthy audience on board today. Do make sure you hit the like button. And of course, if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. That deuce court for Linda Noskova and second serve is being punished big style. Entonces, para ver el partido en España, voy a verlo. Espera. Quizás Eurosport. Creo. I think. Deuce here. But you can always stay with us, Yusuf, and I'll try and paint a decent picture. That return from Pegula is going to go wide, so it's another game point. That's the 5th deuce. I think we've had a couple of break points for Pegula, and I think we've had 3 game points for Noskova. If I have got that right, which I think I have. Good serve. Oh, she went down the tee, but misses it again into the ad court. Ooh, a little lucky net caught there for Pegula. Oh, and that forehand's going to go long from Noskova. And we're going to have a back to deuce tonight. Deuce number 6. The organisers, who may be keeping an eye on the clouds above and thinking, please don't rain. And they're also thinking, please, let's get this done quickly in 2 sets. With every deuce that arrives, they must be going, oh, please, no. Yeah, Pegula changing rackets already. Okay. Noskova to serve. Out wide. I think that confused Pegula. She didn't expect that wide serve. It was also had quite a bit of pace taken off that in order to just make sure she got the first serve in. That was quite smart from Linda. Game point. Thanks, Ghosty. Yeah. Auf Deutsch ist Ass, eigentlich. So ace in German is Ass. So ein schönes Ass is like a really nice ace. This time she goes down the tee and gets a first serve in. And it's a backhand cross-court winner from Linda Noskova. She leads 3-love. We will take a quick break.
Ready. Play.
If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis. Okay, we're back. Second serve here, Pegula. Love 3 down. I imagine, oh, she's actually double faulted, love 15. I imagine in terms of the points won by both players, Pegula is well behind at the moment. Because Noskova had a love hold to begin the match. She then broke to 15 and then had a lengthy hold, but obviously won 2 more points than Jess. And now it's 1 point each on Jessica's serve. So yeah, I do imagine that yeah, 15 all. Oh, that's a good point. That's a good question. I mean, I think I already have Noskova. For me, I had her in my 10 anyway. But, and for me, she's in the group now with the second favourites, along with Pegula. I would probably put Rybakina and Sabalenka in the first group. And you might be pointing at their form, both of those two in recent months, and saying, why are they in the first group? Well, they're still very much in contention, right? And then you throw in the fact that Sabalenka and Rybakina do much better in London than they do in Berlin traditionally. Then, yeah, I mean, Rybakina's won a Wimbledon title and she's been in a semi-final, whereas she's never made a Berlin final. Sabalenka's a frequent semi-finalist at Wimbledon, winning 5 or 6 matches, or 5 matches, I should say, but she never gets anywhere near that kind of level in Berlin. So I'm not pressing the panic button yet regarding those two players and their chances, but they're only just ahead of the next group, which includes these two and Swiatek as the reigning champion. Great passing shot, yeah. Naomi Osaka, is she playing in Bad Homburg? Ace down the tee from Noskova, 15 love. Okay, 30 love here for Noskova. Rather concerned looking Pegula coach. Well, you can imagine why, given how this match has started. Okay, lovely little redrop there from Pegula. 30 all. Is she about to make her move? Look at that return from Pegula. Giving her a chance to attack on the backhand side, and she takes it. She's going to have a break point now. This is her third one on the Noskova serve. And Noskova's missed the first serve. Drop shot there from Pegula. And it's going to help her win the point because Noskova can't deal with it. 3-2, we're back on serve. JPEG with her own cross-court beauty indeed. Seffi09. Sorry, man. Sorry, man. Okay, so Osaka was up 5-love, was she? Okay. Make sure you hit the like button, yeah? Don't forget that. And of course, if you're new to the channel, hit subscribe, yeah? You know you want to. I think the Wimbledon draw is on Thursday. Yeah. Okay, and that's going to go long from Noskova. So 15-love. Things starting to unravel for Linda. After she got off to that flying start. And she was up 30-love on her serve as well, don't forget, at 3-1. But eventually got broken by Pegula, who won 4 points in a row. And now the momentum is very much with the American. $40-love now for Pegula. There you go, Noskova. That's the what you need to be doing on return. Ace down the tee. Noskova doesn't seem convinced by that, but the electronic line calling has called it in. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. But you're right. Business of sport is a bummer. Okay, backhand return here. Forehand from Noskova. It does feel like there's a lot of momentum right now with Jessica, but she's just put that backhand wide. So 15-love. Just wonder if Linda lost a bit of focus there at 3-1, 30-love. Good news is that sky is looking a little clearer right now, so fingers crossed we can have a couple of hours of dry weather and therefore complete this final. For those of you just tuning in, do make sure you hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Double fault from Linda Noskova. Not for the first time today. And it's 15 all. (30-15) unreturned serve. Much needed that one for Noskova. Okay, Noskova serves down the tee, but misses her first serve. So second serve here. Forehand return into the forehand of Noskova. Now it's on the Noskova forehand again, but she's missing that up the line. Cutting a pretty frustrated figure right now, the Czech, 30 all. Ooh. And it's a break point now for Pegula. Backhand goes into the net. Chance for Pegula to potentially win her 4th game in a row. Forehand here from Noskova's beautiful, though. Cross-court winner. Deuce. That was testing her nerve. Okay. Forehand here for Noskova. Oh, what a passing effort that is. But that volley's going to land in from Linda. Wow. Very, very well redirected, that one from Linda. Oh, look at that, though. Only just landed in. Centimeters, maybe even less. No, Rebecca was in my first favourites category. Or maybe there is no first favourite. Maybe there's just like, I don't know. Maybe I'm not against that notion. If you said to me, I've put Rebecca and Sabalenka into a little category at the front of the list, as Noskova does really well to hold. But maybe it's fairer just to say, look, the gaps and the inconsistencies between all the top players means that there is no top category, and there's just, because I had, for the French Open, I think I had 2 groups and then the rest. I had, in the first group, I had Sabalenka, Swiatek, Goff, and maybe Rybakina, I think, in my first group. Then in the second group, I had Kostyuk, Miroandreeva, and Svitolina. That was basically 7 players, none of which would I have been surprised to see win the title. Then came the next group, you know, your Karolina Muchovas, your, I don't know, I'm going to have a look at the WTA ranks. This is for the French Open I'm talking about. You know, your Karolina Muchovas, your Linda Noskovas, your who else in terms of going into the French Open was really there? Not really anyone, actually. But those first 2 groups were like all of these 7 players could win it, but there is a gap between the first 4 and the next 3. Ultimately, of course, it was Milovan Andreeva from that little second group that ended up winning the title. For Wimbledon, maybe it's not fair to put Sabalenka and Rybakina ahead of the rest. Maybe it's just like, you know what? Sabalenka, Rybakina, Swiatek, Pegula, Milovan Andreeva, Amanda Anisimova. I'm going to share the WTA rankings. Coco Gauff, no. Svitolina. And Bokov, of course, is injured. Bencic, Noskova, Jovic. I think these all have to come into the reckoning. Maybe Emma Navarro, Madison Keys, after Emma Navarro made the Nottingham final. Vekic, maybe. That's a bit of a stretch, but maybe. But certainly, you know, if you say Sabalenka, Rybakina, Swiatek, Pegula, Milovan Andreeva, and maybe even Amanda Anisimova, maybe they're all kind of equal. They've all got maybe a 10% chance of winning the title. Pegula there hitting a forehand winner to get to 30 love. Yeah, maybe I'm being good. Maybe I just need to have those 5. Maybe not Anisimova, but and maybe not Svitolina just because, you know, she's never won a Grand Slam, never been in a Grand Slam final. So, but I think you've got to have Milovan Andreeva in there. I think you've got to have Swiatek as the reigning champion in there, despite not winning a title this year. I think you've got to have Pegula in there because of her grass court pedigree, despite never going beyond the quarters at Wimbledon. And also the way Pegula's playing as well. And I think you've got to have, you know, serial semi-finalist Sabalenka, who's been that close to making a bunch of Wimbledon finals. And Rybakina. I mean, there's only, am I right in thinking there's only 2 former champions in the draw, Rybakina and Swiatek? Because Vondrousova, the 23 champ, oh no, Krejcikova, of course, but you couldn't put Krejcikova in there. Noskova misses the return, and so it's a quick hold for Pegula, and we're at 4-all. Oh, Spain are already winning 1-0 over Saudi Arabia. Lamine Yamal, 10 minutes in. 15 love, ace there for Linda Noskova. Pegula goes long on return. Forehand here for Noskova into the forehand of Pegula, who defends pretty well. Now it's on the forehand again of Jessica. Backhand down the middle of the court. Decent slice, that one from Pegula. Now it's on her forehand. And that's a huge forehand winner from Jessica Pegula. 30-15. And the return goes into the net, so 40-15. Noskova has settled after that sort of mid-set wobble. Just to let you know that there were titles today for Fran Cerundolo in Queens and Frances Tiafoe in Halle. Double fault again from Linda Noskova, 40-30. Okay, 5-4. For those of you tuning in, and you're not far away from Bad Homburg. Bad Homburg is in central Germany, not far from Frankfurt, by the way. And you're thinking, I'm not far from that tournament. I wonder if I should go and take a look. Well, here's something for you to know. It is free to watch matches on the outer courts. So I think everything bar the center court is free. You can enter the tennis village as well, have a look around, enjoy. I think you can even take your own food and drinks, I think. So there's something for you to potentially enjoy. And it's certainly free to watch the tennis on the outer courts. Okay. Players returning to the court. And it is 4-5. Pegula serving to stay in the first set. She was down an early break. She was down 3-love. She was also down 3-1 and 30-love, Noskova. So Noskova was leading, 3-1, 30-love. And Pegula broke from there with 4 back-to-back points. Pegula also just hitting a really good shot there to clean winner, 15-love. Okay, misses the first serve out wide. Run around forehand return. Now on the forehand of Noskova. Forehand Pegula crossed court, and Noskova is going to miss that forehand. So 30-love. Okay, forehand now into the forehand of Noskova with good depth on it there from Linda, and that just caught Jessica out, so 30-15. We will, of course, have both ATP and WTA Weekly coming up later, so please try and join us for that. On the WTA side, we will, of course, be reflecting on Nottingham, where Buskova won the title, as well as the other events in Berlin this week, and look forward to Bad Homburg and is it Eastbourne on the women's side next week, I think. Backhand return from Noskova. Forehand now from her as well, down the center of the court. Both of these players just going down the middle of the court for now. And it's Pegula who blinks first and puts her backhand into the net. So from 30-love, suddenly things have got a little interesting because it is now 30-all. And therefore, Noskova is 2 points away from winning the first set. Bet on Talking Tennis by hitting the like button. Backhand return here from Noskova is really good. Pegula just about defending that. Drop shot here is also really good for Noskova. She should win the point from here in the open court, and she does. 30-40, set point, Linda Noskova. Tell you what, 3 or 4 brilliant shots there from Linda. Jessica was on the back foot from the minute she hit that return. And it is set point, 30-40. Decent serve down the tee. We're into the rally here. Really good forehand from Pegula. Now it's her turn to attack. And she puts the drive volley away. Under pressure. Deuce. Okay, backhand return. And now the backhand from Noskova goes into the net. So we are going to have a game point for Jessica Pegula. Ooh, Jessica Pegula tried to run around forehand there, whereas actually a backhand might have been more sensible. Anyway, we're at deuce. Okay, second serve return here for Linda Noskova. And Pegula's gone long. So another set point for Linda Noskova. The last time, Pegula made a first serve and then an excellent drive volley. What is going to happen on this second set point? Backhand return into the forehand of Pegula. Now forehand from Noskova up the line. Backhand Pegula. Backhand Noskova into the net. A chance to attack there, Linda. And we are back to deuce. Good serve out wide from Pegula. Now it's on her backhand again. Defending here from Noskova's not bad with decent depth on it. Drop shot from Pegula. And ultimately, Noskova can't deal with that. The feel that Jessica's produced this week has been immense. Oh, Linda Noskova, I didn't know she had some nose piercing. Good for her. Serve down the tee, forehand return. Forehand from Noskova across court. Backhand from Pegula into the backhand of Noskova. Forehand Pegula. Forehand Noskova again. Okay, forehand from Pegula. It's going to go long and out. So deuce once again. Okay, second serve here on deuce. Backhand return from Noskova into the backhand of Pegula up the center of the court. Noskova deals with that pretty well, and Pegula doesn't deal with that very well. She puts a backhand into the net, and we have a third set point now for Linda Noskova. Will it be third time lucky? Oh, no, forehand return from Noskova goes into the net. And so we're back to deuce. Oh, and the drop shot there from Pegula is not going to work. So we're going to have a fourth set point for Linda Noskova. Okay, backhand return. Backhand from Pegula is going to miss. Noskova wins the first set by 6 games to 4. In many ways, that game in particular was a game of attrition and one that saw Linda Noskova prevail. 6-4, 47 minutes in this Berlin final. Not always the highest quality of affairs, but an intriguing clash all the same. some first set stats for you. 5 aces from Linda Noskova and 4 double faults. At one point, it looked like those 4 double faults were going to cost her dearly. Interesting here, both players hitting exactly the same number of winners as unforced errors. Pegula hits 14 winners, 14 unforced errors. Noskova hit 16 winners and 16 unforced errors. Noskova, don't forget, won 9 of the first 10 points, but ultimately won 41 points to Jessica Pegula's 37. Now, amid all of those stats, of course, the most important one of all is that Linda Noskova won the first set by 6 games to 4. Another stat to bear in mind, which is something I highlighted at the beginning of the match, is their record in finals. Noskova has won just 1 from 6 finals. Pegula has won 11 from 22. So Pegula's a 50-50 take, you know? That's exactly what you would expect from Jessica in a way. She's solid, isn't she? Noskova, not so solid. 1 from 6, but is she going to make it 2 from 7 after today? Okay, players back on court already. So, it is Linda Noskova to serve first as well. Second set getting underway now. Noskova serves, misses the first serve down the tee. And the second serve return goes into the net. Pegula is gritty though. I suspect she'll get the second set. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised either. Bravo, Linda got the first set, says Verona Stardust. Verona Stardust, can you please do me 2 favors? 1, hit the like button. And 2, click subscribe. Yeah, indeed, it is pretty late afternoon. And I think the sun, I do think it's going to be not an issue in the next 5 or 10 minutes. As you can see, most of the court is covered in shade right now. And I think the entire court will be covered in shade in the next 10 minutes. But you've also seen members of the crowd as well, like struggling a bit with the low sun. But again, that will ease in the next, probably for the crowd a little bit later, sort of in the next hour, by which time the match, of course, could be concluded, especially if you're a Linda Noskova fan, because if it is going to be concluded in the next hour, it probably means she's won in straight sets. 30-15. Good serve +1 there. I think I've answered those questions, Ghosty. I think. Oh, just missed that first serve, Noskova. Okay, backhand here, going cross court into the backhand of Pegula. Now it's on the forehand of Noskova. Slice there from Pegula. Wonderful forehand up the line from Jessica Pegula. I think it's a big game, this one, because as you mentioned, Ghosty, I just think that this is the sort of moment sometimes when big players remain focused, but the one that wins the first set just drops that focus at the beginning of the second set. And suddenly, before they know it, they're like, you know, 2-love down. So this is a big point here at 30 all. Noskova, don't forget, was leading the first set by an early break, but Pegula broke back. But then ultimately, Pegula was broken when serving to stay in the set. And the return is going to go long from Pegula, 40-30. Pegula also had her chances to break again. Oh, Alan! Happy birthday, and wonderful that you can join us for this match. Ace from Noskova, that's good from her. Back-to-back points there for Linda to get to 30 when she's from 30 all. And she leads 1-love in this second set. Indeed. Schönes Ass. The funny thing is Schönes Ass is like beautiful ace or beautiful, you know. Okay. We will have the Alex Iala Elise Mertens watch along for you tomorrow, assuming it takes place and that Iala doesn't withdraw. I think Iala is also going to be playing alongside Venus Williams in doubles on Tuesday. So she's going to get plenty of tennis under her legs this week. $15 all. First serve from Pegula goes into the net here at 15 all. Body serve there has worked for Pegula very well. 30-15. Serves down the tee. Forehand return goes into the net and it's 40-15. Double fault from Pegula, 40-30. Okay, backhand hit from Pegula cross court is pretty good. And Noskova can't deal with it. 1 game all. Nine minutes on the clock. Noskova's due to play next week as well. I'm presuming Bad Homburg. But I'm also presuming that she'll pull out. What about an American man winning the US Wimbledon singles title this year? Oh, what a rally. Really good hands there from Linda Noskova, 15 all. Slice there from Pegula. Got good depth on that. It's a decent backhand up the line, but well defended by Pegula. Can she defend this? No, she can't. 30-15. (30-15). Of course, we've got the doubles final as well, which I think is going to feature Noskova as well. 40-15 are still to be completed. The doubles semi-final featuring Noskova, and then the final, which could potentially feature Noskova as well. All of this tennis still needs to be played in Berlin. Drop shot here from Noskova. Pegula's convinced that that drop shot landed out. She's convinced it landed out. I remember a couple of years ago, this is not with electronic line calling, but a couple of years ago, there was loads of upset among the players regarding some of the line calls. Okay. Two one. No, I think you've got three kind of American men that can make the final. Let's say that. I'm not going to go too big on them, but Shelton, Tiafoe, and Fritz, they are the three players that could all make the final. And you can all make a case for them in a way. Maybe Tiafoe would be the outsider amongst those three, despite his win at Halle today. Maybe Fritz would be the favourite amongst those three to make the final. Let's say all three of those are in one half and not the Jannik Sinner half. On that basis, I think I would probably put Fritz at the top of the list of three. I mean, maybe, yeah, Tommy Paul could come into that conversation. I mean, made the final, didn't he, in Queens today? But, I mean, I don't know what his deepest run is at Wimbledon. I'm going to say fourth round. Has he made a quarterfinal at Wimbledon? Yeah, he made the quarterfinals in 2024. So, and one, of course, Queens, maybe the same year. Did he win Queens the same year in 2024? In the absence of Alcaraz, it feels like the best chance for a US man to make the final since, was it 2009? Is that the last time we had a US man in the final with Roddick against Federer? Just going to have a look. I'm probably missing one or two players here, but I'm going to have a look. No, I think Adi Roddick, 2009. Last time the US had a men's finalist. Ace there. And Pegula holds. So it's 2-2. Shelton, Fritz, Tommy Paul, Nakashima. Is he a? I mean, I probably not, but he's made a quarterfinals before, hasn't he? I think in 2022. Tiafo. All of these guys, I think, are candidates. Love 15. Good question. I was writing to him just yesterday. Let's just say he was very keen on the Queen's tournament this week. Okay. Interesting moment now at love 30 here. After a nice win of that one from Pegula. Noskova here serves out wide. Forehand return on the forehand of Pegula. Has some good depth on that one, Noskova. And Pegula is lamenting her misfortune, I guess, because that only just landed in, didn't it? Do make sure you hit subscribe, people. If you hit subscribe, you'll see that tick over in real time. 30 all, unreturned serve. I think we'll get 32,000 before Wimbledon. That's my prediction. $40.30 now. Okay, into the rally here. Noskova now on the forehand. She should put that away and does. 3-2. Change of ends. If you hit subscribe right now in real time, you'll see this number tick over, and then I'll share with you once again on the screen. Three-two, of course, is the advantage that Noskova has in this set. We've not had a break of serve, have we, in this set? Quarter to 7 local time. Darkness shouldn't be a problem as long as they don't have any more rain delays, because there should be enough light for another hour and a half or so. I think today might even be the longest day of the year, so it might be a couple more hours of sunshine even. You have to wonder, though, if they're going to get the doubles done today, bearing in mind, I think Noskova is involved in the doubles as well, I think. I mean, I think she might even just pull out. Yeah. Noskova and Alexandrova alongside each other. Well, I don't know if she will pull out. I mean, they're already 6-3 up from the first. They won the first set 6-3, and it's 3 all in the second. Right, let's get the score back up anyway. Okay. 3-2. Or 2-3, I should say, 15 love. Okay, 30-15. Okay, 30 all here. Forehand Pegula into the backhand of Noskova. I think she's just missed that. Unlucky, Linda, unlucky. And Pegula holds. So 3 all. And it's love 15 here on the Noskova serve. Second serve as well at love 15. Null Dreizig, love 30. What a return from Pegula, and it's suddenly love 40. And Pegula gets the break, 4-3. So, Pegula now has a break.
Anyway, every word I need to say still sits inside there.
Okay. Sorry about that little distraction there. Oh, and a missed backhand now from Noskova. Is this the momentum shift in favor of Jessica Pegula? She gets the break. She seeks to consolidate and see herself within a game, potentially, of winning the second set and making this go the distance. I don't think so, Ghosty. I don't think it's the same as the Porsche deal in Stuttgart. Forty love now. And she aces again now with 178 miles an hour, or 78 kilometers an hour serve, and it is 5-3. Oh, wow, what a return. Love 15. Double fault from Noskova, love 30. $15.30. So Pegula's going to serve for the first set at 5-4 because Noskova does hold. Do we think Pegula serves this out? Let me know in the live chat. Okay. Yeah, she did seem in a bad way, but ultimately holding there, I guess, was something for her to cling to. But now she's going to have to do something she's not done since the end of the first set, which is break the Jessica Pegula serve. Okay. Okay, run around forehand return into the forehand of Pegula. Backhand now from Noskova. Backhand Pegula clips the net. Okay, forehand now from Pegula into the forehand of Noskova. Slice here from Pegula, just mixing things up a little bit. Drop shot from Noskova. Re-drop from Pegula, which she loves. Noskova should win the point from him and does. Love 15. So the perfect start to this game for Linda Noskova. Ace from Pegula, though. Another ace for Pegula. 30-15. Hitting bombs at the moment. Okay, forehand return here. Backhand from Pegula just goes over the net there. The forehand, though, from Noskova goes into the net, and we're going to have 2 set points. For Jessica Pegula. Okay, Pegula to serve. Where are you going to go with this serve? Down the tee, and you're going to miss the first serve. So a second serve for Noskova to look at. Forehand return from her. It's going to go long. Pegula wins the second set by 6 games to 4. And we're going the distance in Berlin. For those of you just tuning in, please do hit that subscribe button. And of course, if you haven't done so already, hit the like button as well. All of that is much appreciated. And if you hit subscribe, you'll see this number in real time tick over. And you'll know that it was you who made the difference. So let me know in the live chat who you think is going to win this match from here. Just write P for Pegula, S, N for Noskova. Regarding that set, there were 6 aces from Pegula alone in that set. Just that set alone, 6 aces. Another 3 double faults from Noskova. That's 7 for the match. That is certainly going to cost her going forward. And also Noskova getting just 52% of her first serves in, whereas Pegula had a mightily impressive 73% of her first serves in. As Pegula hit 11 winners to just 6 unforced errors off from a rather impeccable set from her, where she didn't have to face a single break point. So that is the state of play. Noskova went up 3-love and then also close to 4-1. She was up 3-1, 30 love, and then seemed to unravel as Pegula broke back and then also threatened to break the Noskova serve. But ultimately, we got to 5-4 Noskova, and therefore Pegula serving to stay in the first set. And a lengthy game saw Noskova get the break, and a decisive one at that, to win the first set by 6-4. The second set was nip and tuck until 3-all. Pegula gets the break, holds on, and the momentum is very much with the American right now as we head into a third set with an hour and 20 minutes on the clock. Final set. Looks like we're going to have another hour of tennis here. Do make sure you join us for WTA Weekly later on. It's a good shot there from Noskova, an outright winner. The backhand return from Pegula goes into the net. 30 love. Quick hold that for Noskova. Drive volley here from Pegula.
Today, kind of a bit out and about with my daughter. It's Father's Day here, so. But you know, I'm interested in doing something, especially more on the ATP. If you have anything for maybe next week.
Okay, 30 love here for Pegula. Ooh. Pegula got caught out there, 30-15. Landed just in, much to her surprise. Decent return there from Noskova. Now it's Noskova on the backhand slice. It's a really good slice, that one. Now it's a drop shot from her. Pegula's going to chase that down. Noskova's going to get that forehand on it, though. 30-all. How significant is this moment and that point going to be? Because it's 30-all here on the Pegula serve. I think belief is really what this final set is about. Which one of these two players is going to have the stronger and bigger conviction as we head towards the business end of not just this match, but also the championship. Oh, an ace out wide from Pegula. Another ace from Jessica. And she's got a game point for 1 game all. That's 10 aces for the American today. And she's not done yet. Missing the first serve there, though. Backhand return. Forehand now from Pegula. Noskova is fantastic. Deuce. Okay. Pegula to serve. Misses the first serve. So a second serve here. For Noskova to look at. Oh, and she's put the forehand wide going up the line, Pegula. So it is going to be a break point for Linda Noskova. Served on the tee. Forehand return is going to go long from Noskova. Deuce. Okay, backhand return. Backhand from Noskova up the line now. Forehand from Pegula. It's got good depth on it. Pegula now on the defense. Noskova with a fantastic backhand there. From a neutral position, she produced a winner of the highest order. And she's going to have a second break point. Okay. Backhand here from Noskova up the line. It's a winner from her. She gets the break and leads 2-love in this third set. Okay. 2-love here for Noskova. Vamos a ver, Sonia. Vamos a ver. Oh, what a return that is from Pegula. Love 15. Double fault. Love 30. Is Noskova about to squander her advantage? Backhand return from Pegula goes into the net. So 15-30. $30 all. Okay, should be an easy point, this one for Noskova. Has she messed it up? No. She wins the point 40-30. Now, but Noskova's lost that point, though. She hits an unforced error, so we are at deuce. Okay, forehand there from Noskova with lots of depth on it, but she's being made to hit another ball. Now it's on her forehand, Noskova. She goes up the line. Pegula defends. Noskova backhand up the line, and Pegula can't defend that. So game point Wozniacki. To get to... Sorry, Wozniacki. Noskova. It's a blast from the past. And she does hold unreturned serve. 3-love. So 3 games to love now. And Noskova is close to her second title of her career. Close, but she's not there yet. Okay, 3-love here. Pegula now on the backhand. Backhand there from Noskova is going to go long. $15-love. Okay, Pegula serving it. 15-love. Misses the first serve into the net. So a second serve here for Noskova to look at. Backhand return from Linda into the forehand of Pegula. And that forehand's going to miss from Noskova. So 30-love. Serve out wide there from Pegula. She's going to come in for this one, but she's going to put that forehand long. So, 30-15. $40-15 now as Noskova nets. And Pegula holds. Three one. And Pegula goes long with that return. So it is 15 love for Linda Noskova. Getting closer to that title. So it's done the T. Forehand return there from Pegula's good. Drop shot here from Pegula. Noskova just gets there. She's now at the net, but she's not going to have to deal with that. Moving all over the court there, Linda, and 30 love. $40 love now for Noskova. Forehand return from Pegula goes into the net, and 4-1 it is now for Noskova. She is 2 games away. 2 games away from the Berlin title. But can she hold her serve on 2 more occasions as well as her nerve? Of course, she might break Pegula, and then suddenly she's even closer to the title. Pegula, of course, having won the title here in 2024 in what was also an epic 3-setter. On that occasion, it was a 3rd set tiebreak that she had to win the title. And I think she saved championship points against Kalinskaya in that particular match. That was an epic. I think Kalinskaya may even have served for the title. Anyway, that was 2 years ago. This is now, and this is 7:20 local time. The match should have started at midday local time, but wasn't able to because of the weather, which has wreaked havoc at various points this week, particularly over the weekend in the German capital. But here we are. We are potentially just minutes away from this match being concluded as the players return to the court with Pegula serving at 1-4. Remember, Pegula has a 50% record in terms of finals participated in and titles won. She's won 11 from 22. She's got new balls here. Noskova's ratio not so healthy, 1 from 6. So I think that's about 17%, isn't it? Something like that. Serve +1 winner there for Pegula, so 15 love. Forehand now from Noskova into the backhand of Pegula. Drop shot here from Noskova, but Pegula's going to get there. Now there's an open court, but Noskova can't get it over the net. So 30 love. Looks like Noskova's still got a bit of work to be done here yet. Hey, man. Do please hit that like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit subscribe. Backhand slice from Pegula goes into the net. 30-15. Okay, 30-15 here. Pegula's serving down the tee. Block return. Forehand now from Pegula. Winner. 40-15. 2 game points for the number 3 seed and former Berlin winner. She won the title in 2024, beating Kalinskaya in the final. The trophy has changed since then. But are we going to get a repeat winner? Ace out wide. Another ace for Pegula. Is that 11 for the day, I think? Something like that. She's out-aced Noskova thus far, not by a significant margin, but she has hit more aces. Hour and 45 minutes on the clock. Noskova is 2 games away from the title. We have 100 people are watching on YouTube right now. If you can all hit that like button and, of course, subscribe if you are new. All of you hit subscribe right now. That number will go crazy. Will this number go crazy too in favor of Linda Noskova in the coming minutes? She comes into the net here, backhand there. She's going to have attack this. Let it bounce, Linda. Let it bounce and then put the forehand away. She does. 15 love. Okay. Feels like every point is massive now for Linda. She comes into the net here, misses that forehand. Now, was that tension? I think it was. I think that right arm was just a little bit tight on there, that shot. And as a result, she missed it, 15 all. Oh, Spain are winning 4-0 over Saudi Arabia. There's still 30 minutes to play. Backhand here from Noskova goes into the net. 15-30. How's your nerve? And how is your serve? Linda Noskova, 15-30 here. 4-2 she leads in the deciding set. Serves out wide. Again, she's going to have to get her body in place because Pegula's attacking. I think Pegula senses the anxiety on the other side of the net. And it's 15-40. Noskova's coach looks probably almost as anxious, if not more anxious, than his charge. 15-40. Noskova serving. Where are you going to go with this serve? Chopped return goes into then. That's a gift for Linda. 30-40. Okay, Noskova serves this time. Let's clip the net on the way through. It's another first serve for Linda. Okay. Misplaced ball toss from the Czech. Is she going to be bouncing at the end of this match? We're about to find out, potentially. Good serve down the tee. Ace, getting herself out of that hole. From 15-40, it's now deuce. Well, well, well. She could do with another first serve here. Again, goes down the tee, gets the first serve in. Pegula does really well to get that back in play. And then Pegula can't deal with the depth on that shot. She can't believe that it just landed in. but it has landed in. I wasn't sure either watching it. But anyway, game point for Linda Noskova. 99% out, of course, is 100% in. Okay, Noskova to serve. Where are you going to go with this serve? Of course, you're going to go down the tee, but you've missed the first serve on this occasion. She's loving these tee serves, yeah. Oh, you got lucky there, Linda, because you clipped the net and it landed in. Got to get this serve in. Just lands in. Now it's on her forehand. She puts the forehand away. 5-2, Linda Noskova. She breathes a huge sigh of relief, considering she was 15-40 down. But she won 4 points in a row. She's breathing deeply. What she hopes, of course, is the last change of ends in this match, because she's just one game away from the title. She leads 5-2. Spain lead Saudi Arabia 4-0 in the World Cup. In terms of Linda Noskova and singles titles, according to the WTA website, hang on a second, I need career. She's won 1 singles title. I don't know where that was. She's never been beyond the round of 16 at Wimbledon. Round of 32 is her best in New York. Round of 64 at the French Open. And quarterfinal in Australia. So not exactly a stellar Grand Slam record, but she's still in the early stages of her career, of course. Anyway, 15 love here for Pegula. I think it's the Monterrey Open that she won. WTA 500. But I think given the field and possibly the prestige as well, this would actually be the biggest title of her career. She made a 1,000 final, of course, last year. Anyway, maybe I'm getting ahead of myself because Pegula's just hit another ace and it's 40 love. Do hit that subscribe button, people, as we try and get close to 32,000. If you hit subscribe right now, you'll see this move over in real time. Great return there from Noskova. It's going to help her get to 40-15 at least. Technically, she is 5 points away from the title. Noskova. Okay. So that wide. Great return from Noskova. Well defended by Pegula. Now it's on the Pegula forehand. And she's going to put that forehand long. 40-30. So now, all of a sudden, Pegula, 40-30 from 40 love. And Noskova is 4 points away from the title. Second serve. No, 3 points. What am I saying? Sorry, ignore me. 3 points, Noskova. Backhand return from Linda into the backhand of Pegula. And she can't deal with that backhand return. That seemed to be like in slow motion, that serve. And now it's deuce. And therefore, 2 points from the title. Serves into the net. Second serve. How desperate and would love to get this done on return, Noskova. Run around forehand return. Forehand from Pegula goes long. We're going to have championship point for Linda Noskova on the Jessica Pegula serve. But can she seal the deal? An hour and 55 minutes on the clock. A much delayed final. But here we are. Championship point, Linda Noskova. Pegula serves. Oh, it went right through her because it clipped the service line. Chalk flew up, and it's an ace to save the championship point. Noskova smiles. So, of course, does Pegula. Good that Noskova can see the funny side of that. Deuce. Good serve down the tee from Jessica. Now it's on the backhand of Noskova. Backhand again. Cautious shots here from both players. Neither wants to make a mistake at such a huge moment in the match, but it is Noskova whose backhand breaks down. So it's game point now for Jessica Pegula. Oof. She's had one championship point, Noskova. It's game point now for Jessica Pegula, advantage. Serves down the tee. Noskova can't get it back in play. And so we're almost not back to the beginning, but she's got to do it again, if that makes sense. When she was like 4, 5, 6 points away from the title, she then got as close as 1 point of the title. She's now 4 away from the title once again. But this time she's serving. But can she deal with the pressure of serving for the title? It's a WTA 500 event. She's won a WTA 500 before, but this feels a bit bigger. Block return from Pegula. That forehand, though, was calm from Noskova. She's hit millions of those in her career, but not as many with as much pressure on it as that one. 15 love. Hour and 56 minutes on the clock. We're approaching 2 hours for this match. Noskova serves. It's a good return from Pegula, but we're into the rally. Forehand Noskova up the center of the court. Slice there from Pegula. Forehand from Noskova. Backhand from Noskova. Backhand again from her with some good depth on it, but Pegula's absorbing the pace really well. Oh, that's unlucky in a way. Pegula hits a pretty good forehand cross court, but it clips the net and lands just out. 30 love. Noskova, 2 points from the title. Okay. How is your nerve and how is your serve, Noskova? Where are you going to go with this serve? You are going down the tee, but you missed that by a margin and a half. If that is even a correct phrase. I don't know. 30 love. Don't double fault. Big second serve, but Pegula's equal to it. Noskova can't deal with that return. And it's 30-15. Really good front foot tennis there from Pegula, who was really aggressive on that return, in particular in terms of her position, taking time away from Noskova. Is she going to take the title away from her? Well, we're about to find out. Misses the first serve, does Linda. 30-15. Difícil pero no imposible. Tres seguidos para Pegula. Vamos a ver. Backhand return from Pegula is not going to be good enough. And we're going to have 2 more championship points for Linda Noskova. This time on her serve. She's had 1 on return when a Pegula serve went right through her for an ace. But now she's got 2 more championship points on her serve. Linda Noskova, hour and 58 minutes on the clock. Where are you going to go with this serve? You are going down the tee. It's a good first serve. Noskova has won the Berlin title after the Jessica Pegula return goes long. Well done, Linda Noskova, in just a fraction shy of 2 hours. I would say that's the biggest title of Linda's career. I know she's won a WTA 500 before, but given the depth of the field here in Berlin compared to Monterrey when she won that title in 2024, I would say this was the toughest one. And I tell you what, she also had to deal with some psychological blows today. First of all, being up an early break and seeing that come and go. And then also losing the second set and what felt like the momentum was with Pegula going into the third. And, of course, the magnitude of the opponent and the occasion. especially with Jessica being a former Berlin winner. But it is Linda Noskova who prevails in 1 hour and 59 minutes. 6-4, 4-6, 6-3. Noskova took charge of the match in the early stages, winning 9 of the first 10 points, helping her to get to 3-love. She was also 3-1, 30-love. But Pegula seemed to wrest control of that first set by breaking back from 30-love down and then having chances on the Noskova serve. But at 4-5, Noskova then broke. And it was a decisive break because it meant she won the first set by 6-4. Second set, though, Pegula took charge with a break, ultimately hanging on for 6-4. And as I said, the momentum felt like it was with the American, the 2024 Berlin champion. She's been here, seen it and done it before, various levels of the sport, except for Grand Slam level, but also here in Berlin, also in Bad Homburg last year. So Pegula really having the grass court pedigree. But look at the coach's delight there. He looked super anxious at times, especially in that third set. And especially when Noskova as well was 15-40 down on her serve when she was up a break 4-2, but 15-40. You feared the worst, but 4 points in a row and she held. Then she had a championship point, but it was on the Pegula serve. And chalk flew up as the ball went right through her. She smiled despite that championship point coming and going. And then she has to serve it out. But serve it out she did. And she wins this WTA 500 in Berlin. As I said, I think it's the biggest title of her career in so many respects. Because of the nature of the field, think about the opponents this week. Who has she come through to win the title? First of all, she had to beat Alex Ayala, or not first of all, but she beat Alex Ayala in the semis. She beat Badosa, Diampari, and Zarazua. Maybe she got a bit lucky with certain players, you know, such as Svitolina and Rybakina being skittled over by Ayala, and then ultimately having to beat Alex in the semis. But Pegula in the final, boy, oh boy. Pegula, of course, got to the final, beating Madison Keys and Siniakova. Pegula was, of course, getting a bye and then beating Sabalenka in the semis. But, you know, the depth of the field here, I think, in Berlin, far greater than the depth of the field in Monterrey in 2024 when Noskova won her other WTA 500 title. All right. Big thank you for joining today. I'm going to have a quick look at the stats, actually, because I think they may tell us a story. I know Pegula seemed to hit a ton of aces today. We'll see if I can get how many of those aces up on the screen. Match stats. Can we get some match stats for us WTA website? Maybe, maybe not. Seems like more like not than yes. By the way, this does extend Noskova's head-to-head now advantage over Jessica Pegula to 3-1. So that's something to bear in mind. No stats available, it would seem. I might be able to get some from Google. Let's see if Google's going to be as kind with us regarding some stats. Not always super accurate, but let's have a quick look. Yeah, 14 aces for Jessica Pegula, 11 for Linda Noskova. 1 double fault from Pegula, 8 double faults from Noskova. That at one stage looked like it was going to cost her. Pegula had, I think it was 71% of her first serves landing in the second set, but that did drop off slightly. Noskova has still got to play a double semi-final in Berlin. I'm expecting that to happen. She's alongside Alexandrova, where they lead by a set to love over Aikari and Gleason. That should take place. Oh, play's been suspended due to darkness. So I'm guessing that double semi-final will conclude tomorrow morning, and then in the afternoon, they'll play the doubles final. Anyway, that's all, you know, speculation. I don't think Noskova will pull out, bearing in mind how close they are to winning that semi-final and then potentially the title as well. Coming back to these, look at that, Pegula 2 from 7. That'll disappoint her slightly on break points as well. And that first serve just dipping to 63% in the end. First serves 1 from Linda, 81%. I do think Pegula on the first serve return today didn't cover herself in glory, but ultimately it was Linda Noskova who prevailed to become the champion in Berlin of 2026. We will have WTA Weekly for you coming up in the next hour or two. That'll be with Nick and Amanda. So please do join us for that in the next couple of hours. That is a weekly show that we have on the channel where we reflect on the women's tour, but we also look forward as well. I'm sure we'll be looking forward to Bad Homburg and Eastbourne on the women's side, as well as, of course, reflecting on Berlin and Nottingham, and maybe also one cheeky eye on Wimbledon. In the meantime, thank you for joining, and you know the drill. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on all things tennis.